Again, I'll start with the obviously easy one. Wait, I gotta tell you what it is. If you do a little trick when it comes to subtracting, you can turn it into an addition problem. So now that we know how to use negative numbers, we can just say that subtracting is the same thing as adding the subtrahend opposite. What in the world is a subtrahend? It's the very fancy word for the second number in a subtraction problem. For instance, if I want 7 minus 4, 4 is that subtrahend. I don't want or expect you to memorize this word. I just wanted to have us all on the same page when it comes to what specific number we're talking about. The second number in a subtraction problem. So by this kind of switcheroo, that just means 7 plus negative 4. So subtracting is the same thing as adding the subtrahend's opposite. So we have a positive number subtracting another positive number. That's the same thing as the positive number, whatever. And then we're just going to add the opposite. So this was positive, now it's negative. We flip this and we flip that. Yeah, as I said before, this looks like subtraction because it's using that thing right here. It's using this. So rather than learning a whole bunch of other rules for subtracting as well, you just turn it into an addition problem and then refer to the addition rules. I think that's easier than memorizing even more things. So another example is negative 7 minus 4. Again, this is just going to be negative 7 plus negative 4. Well, what if we're subtracting a negative? Because that can definitely come up. How about 7 minus a negative 4? So I'm going to put this negative 4 in parentheses just so you can see that there are two separate negatives here. Or there's a subtraction here and this is a negative 4. So looking at this rule up here, subtracting is the same thing as adding the subtrahend's opposite. So we're going to turn this into an addition problem. And we want to add the subtrahend's opposite. Well, it's starting at negative. So the opposite of negative is positive. So subtracting a negative is actually the same thing as just adding a positive. The way I liked to see it when I was learning this was like this negative here just kind of goes there. And then it turns itself into a positive. So it doesn't really matter what's going on with the minuend if you cared to know what that one was. All that matters is we add the second number's opposite.